Biodun Omosaku is a cognitive psychologist, bestseller author and Nigeria's #1 brain coach. Since 2013, Biodun has touched lives of thousands of people in Nigeria and other African countries through his programs, seminars, works and online training. He is the creator of live transformation programs such as the Learning Mastery Holiday Seminar for students, and different brain enhancement seminars for parents and teachers. As a passionate educationist, he has taught thousands of teachers the whole brain approach to teaching. He has also helped thousands of ordinary children achieve extraordinary feats in learning with his cutting-edge learning techniques that are based on the latest findings in the neuro-linguistic programming, multiple intelligences and quantum learning. He has worked with over 150 schools, university, multinational corporation and states ministries of education in the area of leadership, communication and the psychology of success. In 2015, the Joint Christian Campus Fellowship of Nushad Abiola Polytechnics gave him the Eminent Award for Excellence, and in 2017 he was offered a doctorate degree by the prestigious ISKCON University for his contributions to educational development in Nigeria and Africa in general. Biodun has authored over 10 bestseller books that include I Am Not a Dullard, Distinction Students, Brain Booster, Mathematics Tricks, The Whiz Kids, etc. His books have been translated into 3 languages and have sold over thousands of copies worldwide. He has been featured in many media and newspaper in Nigeria. And now, he is here to share with you his strategy and insight.
3 keys to unlock your child's brain potentials. I'm so happy that you took time out to watch this video presentation. This is the beginning of the empowerment to be able to help your child. I want to empower 10,000 parents, and I'm glad you are one of them. After learning some things here now, you will be able to help your child. And I want you to take immediate action. I want you to start applying the strategies and the principles on your child immediately. I'm not going to waste your precious time at all. I want to give you the keys that will enable you to help your child immediately. Well applied, your child's performance must improve immediately. What are you going to learn from this presentation? 1. I want to clear your doubts about your child's ability to learn. 2. I want to give you 3 things you can do that will change your child's performance immediately. It's important that you watch this video presentation to the end because I'm going to reserve some powerful things to the end of the presentation. Now, let's dive in and let me answer the first question. Why do some children have problems learning? I have said it severally. Children get low marks not because they don't have the capacity. The capacity is there. Every healthy child is born with an innate capacity to excel in learning. With the kind of brain God gave us all at birth, no child is supposed to struggle to learn anything. Series of studies about human brain have shown that human brain has unlimited capacity for learning. Our brain cerebral cortex, the top and central layer, which plays the role of higher level thinking, is made up of about 1 trillion brain cells, otherwise known as neurons. Every one of us shares this same brain with roughly the same number of neurons. This is what makes every one of us equal, irrespective of your color or background. We all have the same brain capacity. To understand how powerful our brain is, the processing speed of a brain can favorably be compared to the processing speed of 74,000 computers connected together. As a matter of fact, if the 74,000 computers are not well connected together, they are no match for a human brain. This is the kind of brain your child has. Powerful brain, capable of learning anything. You may ask, if it is true that my child has this powerful brain, why do they have challenges with learning? The renowned Bulgarian education psychologist and father of accelerated learning, Dr. Georgi Lozanov, answered this question long time ago. He said, all children are born with the potential for genius. However, in the process of growing up, many have been degeniused by the negative societal norm suggestions, meaning every child is born a genius. That is why it is said that every child is a promise. But while raising the children out of ignorance, many parents have degeniused their children. In my video titled 5 Deadly Errors Parents Make that affect their children's learning. I itemize how parents, out of sheer ignorance, rewrite their children that were born in the class of geniuses to become underachievers. These are the deadly errors that affect our children's learning. It is a video presentation I strongly recommend every parent must see. Now, in this presentation, I want to give you 3 keys that you can apply immediately and change your child's performance. Are you ready to take the keys? If you are ready, let's consider key number 1.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Biodo Omosako. I was in my office this morning when Mr. Steven walked in all the way from Damaturu in the northeast. He walked in to pick some of our books and to give a testimony of what our work has been doing in his life and the life of his children. Nothing gives me joy more than testimonies like this.
My name is Stephen Atiae. I'm a missionary in the northeast of Nigeria, Damaturu to be specific. My son, Daniel, has been very low academically, but when I got into the Balls WhatsApp, where Dr. Abiodun is posting some teachings, I began to apply some of the teachings on him. And last year, my son received an award of an improved student in New Fountain Secondary School.
God is no respecter of persons. If it works for Mr. Steve's family, it will work for your family.
Key number 1, neuroconnectivity. Neuroconnectivity. What determines our rate of assimilation and understanding? Why does a child understand a teaching concept faster than another? It is because of the difference in our neuroconnectivity. Let me explain. For understanding of anything to take place, thousands of brain cells have to connect together. Researchers show that we all start to make these interconnections from the womb when we were just about 20 weeks in the womb. While some people's brain cells connect at the speed of light, some people's brain cells connect at snail speed. This is what accounts for the difference in the rate of our understanding. That is why one child will understand multiplication table faster than another. The good news is we all can increase our rate of assimilation and understanding by simply increasing our rate of neuroconnectivity. The way to increase our neuroconnectivity and boost our understanding and mastery of anything is to do more of that thing. If a child is not good at math, what should he do? He needs to do more and more math. The reason he's not good at math is because he hasn't made enough neural connections to allow him to quickly understand math. By practicing more and more math, the brain will be able to create more and faster thought pattern in math. And before you know it, the child is able to process math in his brain better and faster. It can be simply put this way: do more and more of something and you shall get better at it. Do more and more of something and you shall get better at it. After researching successful people from all walks of life, Gladwell noticed that they all have one thing in common. They all spent 10,000 hours practicing in their area of expertise. Simply put, Gladwell said, spend 10,000 hours on anything and you will become a star in it. And I tell you, with just 2,000 hours of practice in anything, your child will be outstanding in that thing. It doesn't matter what that subject is. Consistent practice will improve your child's performance in that subject. Make sure your child spends more time with the subject he finds difficult. Provide enabling environment that will help your child make more neural connections. Leverage technology to stimulate your child's brain and help him make neural connectivity. I will talk more on this in the next section of this presentation. So, helping them to make more neural connections is the first key to unlock your child's brain potentials.
The more you know that you don't know. I came here with traditional level for seminar, go to a refresher course, but today I've been able to see some other things that I need to do better. So it's been awesome, and what I'm taking back to the school is One, that every child has the potential to be great. So it's our responsibility as educational caregivers to help these children unlock their hidden potential. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Key number 2, leverage technology to bring out the best in your child. Leverage technology to bring out the best in your child. Technology has made us to be more effective in this age more than ever before. Can you remember how many days it takes to send a letter from one state to another? But now, how long does it take to send a message from your WhatsApp to another person in another country? Probably a second. That is what technology does to us. Do you know how long we used to spend in banks to transact business? But today, with the help of technology, we can transact business on our phones without stepping into any bank. Technology makes things easier and faster for us. I don't know why parents use technology on other areas, but not in the teaching of their children. They want their children to keep learning the old ways they learned 10 years, 20 years ago. One of the easiest ways to bring out the latent geniuses in our children is through the use of technology. Today's children are digital natives. Using technology comes natural for them. If you doubt me, give your phone to your 2-year-old child and you will be amazed how he or she gets to the game section of the phone. Many parents have complained to me that their children are always playing games with their phones. Yes, that is the way today's children are wired. It is the responsibility of the parent to turn this game section of their phones to a tool the children can learn from. There are lots of educational apps online that can be downloaded for our children to play and learn with. These apps and websites have turned learning to fun. For instance, if your child is struggling with spelling, you can simply go to Google Play Store and download spelling games. Children love to play games. Sit with them and have fun together while they are learning on your phone. After teaching them percentages, go and download games on percentages and let them play. The more they play the educational games, the more their brains are stimulated and the more neural connections their brain will make. Let me give you an example. I have a kinesthetic child who has to sit down and learn especially mathematics. I introduced her to a website called Manga High. Manga High is an online math platform that has turned mathematics to games. Guess what? My daughter, who could not sit for 30 minutes with maths, started spending minimum of 3 hours playing math games every day. She invariably fell in love with math, all thanks to Manga High. With YouTube teachers, your older children can learn directly from university professors. Khan Academy is another free website where your children can learn any topic at absolutely no cost. When you leverage technology, you will see a sharp improvement in your child's performance. I have used these techniques on many children and amazing turnaround in performance followed almost immediately. If you want to learn how to use this strategy more, I treated this topic in my video, Raising Genius Family video presentation. It is a video I strongly recommend for every parent. So, the second key is leveraging on technology. What is the third key? Key number 3, use whole brain teaching strategy. Use whole brain teaching strategy. Another reason many children are having challenges in learning is because they are not being taught the way they are naturally built to learn. Many parents are frustrated because of their children's performances. They know that their children are capable of better academic performance than they are currently producing. They have tried different things, including getting home lesson teacher for the child, but all to no avail. Many parents are beginning to think that their children are dullard, but I want to tell you, your child is not a dullard. God has never created any child to be a dullard. I want you to listen to me carefully here. The reason many children are struggling with learning is because the side of the brain where they naturally process information from is not usually engaged while teaching them. The side of the brain where they naturally process information from is not usually engaged while teaching them. This is why they find it difficult to process and quickly understand the learning concepts. Let me explain further. The human brain is made up of two separate hemispheres, commonly known as the left and the right brain. The left brain processes cognitive functions such as verbal and written languages, analysis, logics, facts, mathematics, linearity, sequence. The right brain, on the other hand, is involved in creativity, imagination, daydreaming, color, rhyme, movement, emotion, and holism. The truth is that we all tilt towards one side of the brain than the other in processing information. While some children process information from the left side of the brain, others do it from the right side. The side of the brain from which you process information is referred to as your dominant brain side. This is the point I'm trying to make. The reason most children find learning difficult is because the current mainstream educational system only engages the left side of the brain, leaving the right brain dominant children to struggle. Look at the two brain hemisphere again. When a teacher comes to the class and begins to talk, what is he using? Verbal language. Verbal and language are left brain functions. Therefore, he will only be able to engage the left brain children in the class alone, and they are usually smaller than the right brain children. Right brain learners don't learn by sitting down in one place. They want to move around. Their brains prefer information that come in form of music, story, colors, creativity, imagination, and emotions. But there is usually no use of music in a typical class teaching. Teachers only use daydreaming, story, colors, and imagination in a typical class teaching. This is how they usually lose out 70% of the children in their classes in the teaching process. When a child's right brain is not engaged in the learning process, it starts to occupy itself with daydreaming. This is why many kids drift into dreamland in the middle of a class lecture or while they are reading their textbooks. Some children will even start drawing cartoons, rocking back and forth in their chairs, or beginning to climb their tables. When this happens too frequently, the child is then labeled as unfocused, having short attention span, or even attention deficit, or hyperactive. The good news is that the child does not have any learning problem. It is the teaching method that is the problem. The question is, how do we teach right brain learners to bring out the best in them? Sincerely speaking, it takes techniques to teach the right brain learners because they have their unique learning style. For instance, I want you to look at the image on the screen now. What do you see? If you saw letter H first before noticing the S, you are most likely a right brain learner. Right brain learners see the whole image first before the segments. That is why the right brain people read from the cover page. They want to check what the whole book is all about before they can begin to learn details. If you want to teach a right brain learner history, for instance, you will need to use timeline charts to show him the whole history before he can learn the specific details. Every parent or teacher needs to know how to teach a right brain learner. This is what I have thoroughly covered in my book, Brain Booster. The book contains 20 techniques to teach left brain subjects to the right brain children. Is the book really for your child? Let us find out the traits of a right brain child. Right brain dominant children are quite imaginative. They are highly distractive learners. Just anything can distract them. They are creative children. They love poems. They love to act. They love drawing in their books. They enjoy stories. They love to try things out in different ways. They are highly visual learners. They naturally do not like mathematics as a subject because math is not in their dominant hemisphere, but can learn and excel in math when the right brain technique is used. They love music, dancing, acting, and playing games. They are daydreamers and talkative children. They are disorganized. Check their reading table or their room. If your child exhibits some or all of these traits, he or she is likely to be a right brain learner. You need the knowledge in my book, Brain Booster, to bring out the latent greatness in your child. The book contains 20 powerful strategies to stimulate the right side of the brain for optimal performance. In the book, you will learn how to use colors, imagination, daydreaming, creativity, music, story, beats, and praises to boost your child's brain. You will discover how to combine both sides of the brain for accelerated learning. You will learn how you can leverage your child's interest to teach him. I believe this is a book every parent must read. To place an order for the book, please call or WhatsApp us on this number on the screen. Yes, without an iota of doubt in my mind, I am sure you have been empowered. If you have been empowered, I want you to check our other products on our website. I want to say thank you for taking out time to watch this presentation. Thank you and God bless you.